Very pleased to welcome back James. He's just come back from the game. He's
Yes.
smiling. He's in good heart. I can see that. He's radiating positive vibes. Arsenal 2, Man United 0. James, tell the people. You was at the game.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts?
Well, you've always got to enjoy beating Man United. I think people will say it's a better... Sorry, there we go. Maybe a better result than it was performance. I don't think it was a bad performance. I think it was a second half that was more than good enough to deserve us the win. First half was a bit tricky. I think they stifled us. We'll talk about that on Tactical Insight tomorrow on AFTV. I think their use of wing-backs made it difficult for us to know.
Let me cut you right there, because you said the word stifle, and that was exactly what I said on my show. Shameless plug, LL Sports TV. Make sure you check it out. But yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I thought that United set up really well. They pressed us high. They stifled the likes of Odegaard and Saka in that first half. And I thought, fair play to them. They did their homework. They did their due diligence, and I thought they played well. Yeah,
I also thought we didn't know what to do out of possession. I felt Dalot was always a spare man, because I don't blame anyone for this. I think Martinelli didn't know whether to drop off or press onto their defence, and I don't think Zinchenko knew whether to go out to Dalot, but then you're leaving a massive gap between him and Kiwior, and already you've got a makeshift back four there. By the way, I thought Kiwior was tremendous. Yeah. I just thought Zinchenko had a really good game up until the yellow card, and it was Zinni always has a moment, doesn't he? A sloppy pass, drags him back, yellow card. I liked Arteta's reaction to move Partey to right back, Bruno Marino, and move Timber left back, because Diallo could have been a real threat, and he locked that off quite quickly, Mikel. But I thought Kiwior did really well. Saliba man of the match, but Kiwior tremendous, well played.
Oh, so you said Saliba man of the match?
Yeah,
listen, man, great minds think alike. Because I said exactly the same thing. Because I'll tell you why. Because Kiwior, I'm going to put my cards on the table. I've been critical of him in the past. I've said I'm not sure if he's up to it at the very top level, but today I thought he came in, he looked composed, he tackled well, I thought his distribution of the ball was spot on, I thought he played really well.
I also thought his reading of, because I think so much of football is also, the whole glass half full, glass empty. It's how do you want to see it? Now, some people say Højlund won a lot of his duels against Kiwior. I look at it as Kiwior knew when to actually go win, and at times also knew this guy's probably bigger and stronger than me, but what I'll do, I'll position myself well, and we did really well to win the second balls, especially in that first half. So Rice, Zinchenko, they all got around Kiwior really well. So I actually thought Kiwior managed his strengths and his, I don't say weaknesses, but maybe what he's not quite as good at, what he would have struggled in that battle with Højlund with really well. So well done to Kiwior. I thought he did great. But a shout out to Declan Rice as well, and Martin Odegaard. I thought they were terrific. Partey at moments, of course, Timber with the opening goal. But yeah, I thought Arsenal, the performances almost were better than the collective team performance. I kind of think no one out there looked poor. I think most people actually looked really good. But it took a while for the cohesion to be found. In the second half we did.
Definitely, and let's talk about the second half.
Trying to get out, aren't they?
It sounds like it. A bit impatient. But yeah, second half, game of two halves really, because I thought first half, some people actually thought United edged it in terms of possession and, stuff like that, which, I'm not going to argue with. I thought United looked okay. But in the second half, very different. I thought, even though we weren't at our fluent best, I still thought we were definitely the better team in the second half. I'm pretty sure you agree, but why do you think that was the case?
It's a great question. I mean, first half, we can say they edged it. Again, it's how you want to look at it. If you're talking about, did the team who should be challenging for the title have spent 500-600 million on their players and have been in great form, were they closer to what they should be than a side who have a brand new manager, learning a brand new system, rotating in and out? No, for sure, Man United would have been much happier with what that first half showed from them compared to what we showed. But I still think, though, from set pieces, we had the better chances, and I still think we looked probably the more likely to score, though Dalot had a good opportunity in the first half. Second half, I don't know what it was. I don't know if this is United's fault. I don't know if we did something differently, and Graham and I will explore it on Tactical Insight. But the spaces were bigger. Suddenly the game opened up. Did Man United tire? And I don't just mean physically, mentally, because when you're carrying out brand new instructions from a manager, Bruno's playing in a two-man midfield. He's not used to that. Mount's back in the side. He hasn't been there for a while. Garnacho had been a touchline winger, suddenly asked to tuck in. Malacia, we haven't seen him for like over a year. Now he's playing. I think all these things might have led to a mental fatigue for Man United. But ultimately, when you have a set-piece delivery as good as Arsenal's, you just cause chaos. And I've seen, some people are saying fair play Arsenal, it's a brilliant weapon, and some people are saying you're just Tony Pulis FC.
I saw that. I'm bemused by that because, listen, I know that fans are going to have a go and I get that. But, I mean, come on now. I mean, Arsenal over the years have been accused of being a one-trick pony. We're predictable. We do the same things all the time. If you can stop them going out to the flanks and that, you stop them scoring, that's it. Now we've, you know what I mean, developed another way of scoring goals. People are calling us a glorified Stoke. You can't win.
Well, five in Lisbon, 5 at West Ham, 3 against a very good Forest side, supposedly. And, I thought, actually, if you look before the goal, some lovely passes from Partey behind to Saka and then one to Timber. That was before we scored. But there was no doubt that our better opportunities were from set pieces. So you've got to thank Nicolas Jova for that and Mikel Arteta and all the work that's done behind the scenes. But Declan Rice and Saka's deliveries from set pieces are a joke. So let me tell you the view I have, right? So first half, they're shooting sort of quite far into the distance. My view for the whole game, but second half in particular, when Arsenal attacking, I'm along the goal line, the goal we're attacking at, and quite high in the air. So I may have, along with whatever cluster of 1,000 people around me, I may have the best view of that second half set pieces. And my dad turned to me at one point and he said, I kind of feel sorry for Man United because the delivery's so good. What can they do about it? Onana's clawing them out. They might get ahead on it. If not, we've got ahead on it. And even when we don't connect properly, it's bounced off Saliba and in. Every single time in the Emirates were going, oh, it was just like they were singing set piece, ole, ole, ole. It's just relentless.
Yeah. No, me personally, I love it because it shows some ingenuity. It shows that something that they've gone away and worked on. And I commented when we did the watch along. I mean, I don't know if you watch rugby at all, but it's unerring accuracy. And it kind of reminds me, do you remember when Johnny Wilkinson was playing for England and some of his kicking and his goal kicking and stuff like that? Metronomic accuracy. Yeah. And the way we're taking those set pieces is very hard to defend because I think it was Gunnar Lee was saying that the whip on it, the speed of the ball and the way Arsenal players attack the ball at the right time. We could have scored more than 2 set pieces today.
We could have had 3 or 4 from set pieces alone. I thought Havertz had a great chance as well. That was from open play. We crafted it quite well. But yeah, for sure. I mean, the set pieces were an amazing weapon, and it's the whip, it's the speed, it's the placement, it's the variety too. We didn't have one area we wanted to tackle. That's Timber at the near post. But I actually think we've been sort of a little bit better from the back post recently. Gabriel's goal against West Ham was more similar to what Timber did, but Gabriel's goal in Lisbon when he crashed the back post was more similar to what he did at the Etihad. And then without Gabriel, people thought, okay, well, are they going to be quite as good from them? But so much of it is about the delivery and the routine. So well done to Arsenal on that front. I mean, it's such a weapon, and you just used a rugby analogy, and I think looking at other sports it's something that the top managers do. Absolutely. Set plays in the NFL, whether it be rugby, whatever it is. Now, I have often talked about set pieces and liking them to an ace in tennis. I think we did this on the last fan camp. We did. And no one ever says, oh, Federer, he's just a server. Okay, I'm talking about the greatest of all time. So let me use another one. If you like your tennis, Marin Cilic. Okay, to be fair.
I remember Marin
But my point is, these players had a weapon. My word, they used it.
Exactly.
I think there's a guy called Anderson, a South African player. I mean, these guys had a weapon. They had a height, they had an accuracy, they had a power. And it would bail them out. It would be I'm love 40 down and I need to... Sorry, let's not make this a tennis fan camp. But my point is, if you've got a weapon like that, why wouldn't you use it? It
would be remiss of you not to use it.
And I don't see Arsenal necessarily playing for corners, but they've got clever. If there's an area where it's just... I had nowhere to go. I could nick it off him and win a corner.
And you know what I noticed as well? It affects the opposition because I noticed there was a few times in that second half, especially late on in the second half, where United, you can see they were desperate not to give away corners. They were scrambling back, trying to effect a throw-in rather than a corner. But listen,
for sure.
A great day for Arsenal, really, or a great evening, because we know now that Liverpool dropped points. I'm going to ask you the inevitable question. Is things back on?
Oh, yeah, no, we've won the league, yeah. I was saying on a video I did on the Gooniverse that Liverpool, who are brilliant, before Liverpool fans think I'm not saying that, they are brilliant, and what a run to beat Leverkusen, Villa, City, Real Madrid, unbelievable. I was really interested to see what they would do away from home, just because it's always a different. It's just always a different task.
Of course,
you could beat what they've done at home against the European champions, the German champions, the England champions, unbelievable. So I was just curious. I thought tonight could have a different question for them than perhaps those other better sides would have had for them. So I didn't need them, and they've got. Sorry, I'm cutting myself. They've also got Everton away, then they've got Tottenham away. Now, I actually expect them to win most, if not all, these games, but I also expect them to beat Newcastle tonight. They didn't. I don't need them to lose a load of these games. By the end of Christmas, we've caught them up because we ourselves have some tricky games. Fulham away is not going to be easy. Yeah, Man United tonight wasn't easy. But I need to see a dent in the armour because we haven't seen that since they lost at Forest. And even the draw at the Emirates where they last dropped points in the league, is that a dent in the armour? It's a really good result for them, I think. So the fact we got that tonight is just a little nugget of hope. And let's see, they might respond with a great win against Everton, who, by the way, I think just scored 4 tonight. So you never know.
Everton did beat them last season.
They did. What I think we need to do is just keep doing our job and also keep hoping. I think something that charged the Emirates tonight was, I think, and I'd love to know the exact times in terms of what point of the evening, 9:15, 9:20, whatever it was. But at some point, I think Liverpool had equalised. I remember hearing about the Newcastle equaliser before we scored.
Oh, right.
And I don't know how many of the Emirates were clocked onto that, but perhaps quite a few. And I just think it energises us. And it energises, because ultimately you can say, well, do your job, you shouldn't be worrying about favours. But that's the situation we're in. If we want to win the league this season, we need favours from other teams. I wish it wasn't like that. It is the situation we're in. And so I just think little moments like tonight, a 90th minute equaliser against Liverpool, a big win against Man United, under the lights at the Emirates. I don't know. You just hope that it maybe starts to swing things, but there's a long way to go, and Liverpool have looked brilliant. And they didn't lose tonight, let's say that too. They came from behind twice to lead. So they're brilliant, but there's plenty of time to try and show that we could be better.
Okay, James, thank you very much. A nice review of the game there from James, who was actually at the game tonight. Thank you very much.